And I think one of the really interesting and to me the most surprising aspect of this was what it has done for our business. So we had a business problem. I started with, we want to integrate social media data and social media marketing with our traditional marketing for small business customers. And well, geez, what is that going to cost? And how long is it going to take? So we were looking at doing this with our traditional solution, and we were looking at a time to market of 9 to 12 months. It took us 3 months. The simplicity of the NoSQL solution, the simplicity of the horizontal scaling approach made all the difference. A little further back. Okay. Good cue from the front. Thank you. Why am I getting feedback? The other thing is, from a technical implementation point of view, we do our own data centers. We've been in business a long time. We don't use the cloud. But if you're going to stand up a traditional database solution, you've got a big server, high availability pair. We have SAN storage area network provisioning to do. Takes a long time, a lot of work. To stand up most NoSQL solutions today, it's horizontally scaled commodity servers. It's basically an appliance that you just spread out over multiple servers and manages a single entity as a cluster. So it's done wonders for our business agility to be able to turn on a dime quickly. Now it says upgrades. I think I said 3 days there. When I shared the slides with the team, they go, "What do you mean? It takes 15 minutes. We can upgrade the whole cluster live in a rolling fashion." I said, "Well, we actually test the upgrade in dev and QA and pre-production first, right?" So you have to apply all the software development lifecycle best practices to it. But in the end, it gives you a lot more agility. And then the big thing, I think, was the cost. It was just shocking to us how much cheaper it was. It's an order of magnitude cheaper, literally, to implement a NoSQL solution that gives you more business agility. It's an amazing story for us. So.
No, I think it is. It's incredible. Just looking at these figures, it's really impressive that you were able to do what you were projecting would take up to a year in 3 months, despite moving to a completely different system, and that it saved you this much money. Seeing this and seeing how this has gone for you, has this, on the product side, are you guys going to be looking at maybe introducing more types of tool sets for your customers now that you know how easily you can scale up and ramp up?
Yeah. It's in terms of integrating social media, we kind of had a phased approach. We started with monitoring your social media activity stream, getting started, kind of developing checklists. And then we're going to be introducing social media campaigns to kind of initiate social media activity and start the integration for you. And all of the new features, we've actually moved from a Java-based shop to a Ruby-based shop for a lot of the application development as well.
That's really interesting too.
So that's
and was that largely, going to the NoSQL stuff that
it happened independently, but
independently.
it's a similar story, a little, not quite as dramatic, but very similar. So just our ability to add things, and we've got a pretty large cluster. We've got 72 node cluster. We can just add features into individual key spaces on the fly and do it, and it's a resource that people can program and develop to, and it's an enabler. It's a huge enabler.
That's great. And your customers are satisfied, and they're happy with I guess the performance that they're seeing, or they've not even noticing a difference, I guess.
Yeah, that's another thing. The performance has just been, when we first turned it on, we did a small application, low risk, and we first turned it on. We weren't sure the system was working. We had to change the y-axis on our monitoring to see, because what normally would have done, taken a pretty good sized server in a relational database, spread over 72 nodes, it was hard to pick up the activity. So from a customer, it's been totally transparent. What they see is features coming out more quickly and more broadly.
So they're getting more value and not having to, worry about, whether it's slow or not, and then you guys are able to do more and take up less resources.
Right.
Because of the
Yeah,
infrastructure.
you want to change that ratio from focused on infrastructure, like the Foursquare guys have done. By the way, that's capital, expenditure. That's CapEx. The OpEx story is very similar. Over time, OpEx is a very attractive price point as well.
Very cool. All right. Does anyone in the audience have any questions? Okay. Well. But I think that's a great story that kind of shows, how someone who's coming to this and transitioning from a more traditional database system can do so for a lot less money.